You fill up your tank. $73 gone. 2 days later, you're coasting into the gas station praying you make it. Your caveman brain thinks the problem is gas prices. Wrong. You're bleeding fuel through holes you can't even see, and every time you turn that key, you're throwing cash into a fire that's already out. Every driver feels this. That sinking panic when the low fuel light blinks on 3 days after payday. You're not alone. But here's the brutal truth most people miss. The gas pump isn't your enemy. Your own driving habits are ambushing you like a saber-tooth in the dark. By the end of this, you'll see exactly which invisible leaks are draining your tank dry and how to patch every single one without parking your car or walking anywhere. Brandon did this and went from filling up twice a week to once every 11 days. Same car, same commute, different survival strategy. Your right foot is a faucet, and most people drive with it wide open, wondering why the reservoir runs dry so fast. Aggressive driving, rapid acceleration, and hard braking can slash your fuel economy by roughly 15 to 30% at highway speeds. In stop-and-go traffic, that number climbs to 40%. That's not a small leak. That's a gushing wound. Picture this. You're hunting mammoth. You sprint full speed at the herd, then slam to a stop. Sprint again. Stop again. By sunset, you're exhausted and you caught nothing because you burned all your energy on the chase, not the kill. That's exactly what happens when you punch the gas at every green light, then stomp the brake at every red. Your engine floods with fuel during acceleration. Then all that momentum, all that burned gas, gets converted to heat in your brake pads and disappears. You just turned expensive fuel into useless friction. Every 5 miles per hour you drive over 50 costs you an additional 21 cents per gallon. Your speedometer isn't just tracking speed, it's tracking how fast you're setting money on fire. The caveman who learns to coast, who anticipates the hunt instead of reacting to it, keeps his energy reserves full. The driver who smooths out acceleration and lets the car glide to stops instead of slamming brakes keeps fuel in the tank. Here's what that looks like in real life. When you see a red light ahead, lift your foot off the gas early. Let momentum carry you. You'll arrive at the same red light, but you didn't burn fuel getting there. When the light turns green, accelerate like you're sneaking up on prey, not charging into battle. Small adjustments, massive impact. The difference between burning through a tank in 3 days versus stretching it to 10. Your trunk is a cave, and most people are storing rocks they'll never use. An extra 100 pounds in your vehicle can reduce your fuel economy by about 1%. That gym bag that's been sitting there for 2 months. The golf clubs you used once in May. The toolbox you keep forgetting to take inside. Every pound is stealing fuel. But it gets worse. That roof rack. That cargo box you installed for that one camping trip last summer and never removed. Carrying bikes on the roof can cost you 13 miles per gallon on a sedan. Even an empty roof rack drops your mileage by 5. You're dragging a parachute down the highway at 70 miles per hour, paying for it every mile. Think about the caveman who carries 5 spears when he only needs 1. By the time he reaches the hunting ground, he's too exhausted to throw. Meanwhile, the smart hunter traveled light and has energy left to make the kill. Your car is the same. Every ounce of unnecessary weight is fuel you're burning just to haul junk around. Here's the protocol. This weekend, empty your trunk completely. Pull out everything. Only put back what you actually need for emergencies, jumper cables, basic tools, spare tire. Everything else goes in the garage. If you have a roof rack or cargo box and you're not using it right now, remove it. 10 minutes of work can save you hundreds of dollars over the next few months. Rear-mount cargo containers reduce fuel economy by only 1 to 5%, far less than roof-mounted options. If you need to carry gear, mount it low and behind the car, not on top. Your tires are leaking, slowly, invisibly, and it's costing you every single day. Tires lose about 1 pound per square inch of pressure every month. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but your fuel economy drops with every lost pound. Properly inflated tires can improve gas mileage by up to 3%. That might not sound like much until you realize that over a year, that's the difference between 52 fill-ups and 48. 4 free tanks just from checking tire pressure. Imagine trying to roll a boulder with a flat side. You push harder, burn more energy, barely move it forward. Now imagine that same boulder perfectly round, same weight, half the effort. Underinflated tires create resistance. Your engine works harder to push the car forward. That extra work requires extra fuel. You're literally burning gas to compensate for soft tires. The solution is so simple it's embarrassing how many people skip it. Once a month, check your tire pressure. The correct number is on a sticker inside your driver's door or in your owner's manual. Not the number on the tire sidewall. That's the maximum, not the recommendation. Get a tire pressure gauge. They cost $5. Keep it in your glove box. Once a month before you start driving, check all 4 tires. If they're low, fill them at any gas station. Takes 3 minutes, saves hundreds. Brandon, logistics coordinator, married, 1 kid, checked his tires for the first time in 8 months last November. All 4 were down 6 pounds. He filled them. His next tank lasted 2 extra days. Same driving, same routes. 2 extra days because he spent 3 minutes with a tire gauge. Your engine is running. You're not moving. You're burning money while sitting still. Idling uses a quarter to a half gallon of fuel per hour, depending on engine size and whether you're running the air conditioner. That's 3 cents of wasted fuel every minute. Sit in a drive-through for 10 minutes, 30 cents. Do that twice a week, over $30 a year just sitting in line for coffee. The caveman who keeps the fire burning all day while he's out hunting comes home to ashes and no wood. The smart hunter banks the coals, saves the fuel, keeps the fire alive for when it's actually needed. It only takes about 10 seconds worth of fuel to restart your vehicle. If you're stopped for more than 10 seconds, you're wasting gas by keeping the engine running. This applies everywhere. Waiting to pick someone up, turn off the engine. Sitting in the parking lot on a phone call, engine off. Waiting at the train crossing for a freight train, kill the engine. The objection people have is always the same, but starting and stopping wears out the starter. Modern starters are built for this. Many new cars have auto start-stop systems built in specifically because manufacturers know it saves fuel without damaging components. The math is brutal. If you idle for just 15 minutes a day, waiting in pickup lines, drive-throughs, parking lots, you're burning roughly 3 gallons a month for 0 miles traveled. At current prices, that's about $9 you're setting on fire monthly. Over a year, $108 spent going absolutely nowhere. Let me show you what happens when you ignore these leaks versus when you patch them. Meet Connor, 26, delivery driver, single, splitting rent with a roommate. Salary $2,900 a month. Drove a 10-year-old sedan, filled up twice a week at $47 each time. Monthly gas bill, $376. Nearly 13% of his income going to fuel. Monday, October 7th, 3:18 in the morning. Connor woke up, checked his bank app. $212, 6 days until payday. Rent due in 4 days. He sat there in the dark, phone screen glowing, one thought looping. I can't keep doing this. Friday morning, he made a decision. No fancy solutions, just the basics. Day 1, checked tire pressure. All 4 tires down 7 pounds. Filled them at the gas station, took 4 minutes. Cost, 0. Day 2, cleaned out his trunk. Pulled out 38 pounds of stuff he'd been hauling around for months. Gym bag, old work boots, toolkit he forgot about, random junk. Day 3, changed his driving. Stopped punching the gas at green lights. Started coasting to red lights instead of braking hard. Let his foot ease into acceleration like he was sneaking, not attacking. Week 1, same tank lasted an extra day and a half. Week 4 went from 8 fill-ups a month to 6. Same commute, same car, saved $94. 3 months later, Connor wasn't checking his bank at 3 in the morning anymore. He had breathing room, not because gas prices dropped, they didn't, because he stopped bleeding fuel through leaks he could control. His roommate noticed on a Tuesday, "You're not stressed about gas anymore. What changed?" Connor, stopped driving like I was being chased. Right now, pull up your bank app. Look at how much you spent on gas last month. Write that number down. This week, do 3 things. Check your tire pressure and fill to the recommended level. Empty your trunk of everything you don't need for emergencies. Remove any roof racks or cargo boxes you're not actively using. Next week, change how you drive. Accelerate smoothly. Coast to stops. Turn off your engine if you're stopped for more than 10 seconds. Track your gas spending for the next 30 days. Compare it to last month's number. That difference, that's money you were throwing away that's now staying in your pocket. Not because you walked anywhere, not because you stopped driving, because you stopped feeding the invisible leaks. The caveman who protects his fire makes it through winter. The driver who patches the fuel leaks makes it to payday with money left over. Comment fuel secured if you checked your tire pressure this week and found at least 1 tire low. How many pounds were you down? If you're the type who refuses to let invisible leaks drain your resources while everyone else stays broke wondering why, the video on screen shows you how to eliminate the 3 biggest money traps hiding in your monthly budget that no one talks about. Like this video. Share it with someone still filling up twice a week wondering where their money disappears to. Subscribe because every week I show you how to go from financial chaos to taking control of what you can actually control. Become a member for strategies most people will never discover because they're too busy complaining about problems instead of solving them. Drop in the comments, what's your biggest fuel expense frustration right now? Let's solve it.